Hey, this is Michael with Pre-Approved, and I want to walk you through how we transform your client's experience with your technology based on their position in the mortgage journey and why that is so important. What you're looking at here is actually a real estate agent view, and the reason I started with this is because it's important to see that your real estate agents can actually see a pipeline of all their shared customers. And if we notice here at the top, it does show that there are different statuses tied to each client. Leads, for example. So before we actually dive into what a lead might see, I want you to put your borrower hats on. Remember a time when you didn't know a professional who you would trust to help provide advice and guidance and a big financial commitment on your end. What were the kinds of things you needed to feel comfortable about before you committed to that professional? Well, for me, and what you're looking at actually is my version of the app, I wanted to ensure that I got some FaceTime with them. So the first thing you're going to see is a video. Now the thing is, all of this is customizable. I built this configuration based on how I felt my leads would connect to me. So the first thing you're going to see is a video that just sort of introduces me, introduces my app, my technology, my beliefs, my business model, etc. The next thing I'm going to actually show them here is social proof. So one of the better ways to convert leads is to prove that you're good at what you do. Well, if you've never met them, let's say I drove a lead into here through an online lead funnel, or a real estate agent shared my mobile app, or our co-branded mobile app to a customer at an open house. I want them to know that I'm good at what I do. The other thing I'm going to make available to this client is resources, calculators. So in this case, I've got over 30 calculators embedded here for them to leverage. They're no longer needed to download Carl's mortgage calculator, go to bankrate.com. If they wanted to run numbers, sort of see estimated qualification based on that data, they can do it right in the calculator view. I've got a suite of VA calculators. It's like 5 or 6 here. See, they're nested. So as you see, I can calculate whatever I want as a customer. And this sort of sets the stage for what we're really trying to do as a software company. We're trying to create what I call engagement marketing. Let's put a tool, this is our cost of waiting calculator, let's put a tool on their phone that they actually engage with. And the only good way to do that is to ensure it provides them value. So I'm not going to belabor all of these, calculators, these tools, the educational content. As you can see here, I've also embedded educational modules for anyone who wants to dive super deeply and listen to podcast episodes. Now, this is all very easy to do. I'm also going to give them access to home search. So here's my sort of capacity for my clients to search for real estate directly in the app. As you can see, everything is co-branded. So even when they request a tour, this is going to go to the real estate agent who referred me the client or that I'm working collaboratively with them on. If they were qualified, so that takes us to the next stage. I'll come back to home search in just a minute. Let's actually go back to my loans list. And let's say this lead applies for a loan. One of the tools on there was loan application after all. Let's say they applied for a loan and now they're pre-approved borrowers. For me as a loan officer, the number one most risky part of the process or part of the relationship is when they're out there searching actively online. And the reason why is because Zillow, Trulia, Redfin, they all have another idea for what lender they should be working with. So I'm going to go ahead and give my clients better resources, better information than those other websites can provide. One of those tools, for example, is the ability for them to run numbers, see qualification, and request pre-approval letters for homes that you qualify for. Now what this allows them to do is change the price, the taxes, the HOA dues. Again, see that qualification, issue letters. But if for some reason the price is too expensive, let me just go ahead and change this to, let's say, 900 grand. You can see the status changed to not qualified, and they have to request a review from you now. Now, this is all part of that transformative app experience to ensure we're delivering accurate, useful information to your clients at every stage in their journey. You can see also they can search for real estate right in here. Some of these might even have green statuses. Look at that. This one is green. They're likely qualified for that property. The reason why is because we're running the calculations on the backside for DTI, asset verification, all the restrictions that really go into qualifying this borrower. And they can actually get a letter directly from the listing in real time. Anytime somebody schedules a showing, that's going to go to the listing agent. They can ask you questions directly in this if they have any. They can track loan progress in real time. This can connect to your CRMs. It can connect to your LOS systems so that we're automating the delivery of their loan statuses. And of course, they can upload documentation as well. So you can submit docs in here, you take pictures, it crops, enhances, turns it into a PDF. It will allow them to move through that mortgage process without saying something to you like, I didn't know I need to get that doc to you. You're also giving your real estate agents more transparency. So they can see, hey, there's still 6 documents required. Okay? That is a very, very powerful tool when it comes to realtor engagement. I'm going to go back to here and show you an example of what a post-closing client might see. This is a closed customer. Now, put your closed client hat on for a minute. What do they need to know about their mortgage? Almost nothing. Very rarely does a homeowner even consider their mortgage. So how do you stay top of mind with a client who doesn't care about mortgages? They only care about what? Managing home ownership. So what we're going to do is layer in two pieces of value here. Okay, we're going to give them the ability to essentially manage their home ownership. We have a tool called Home Vault. Home Vault is essentially a tool that lets them track important information about their property. Paint colors, SKUs for flooring, their warranty information, their tax documentation, the contractor's name, maintenance reminders, etc. It's all tracked in here. That will drive them back into your app well after the closing so they continue to see your name and can continue to get value from you. Now you can embed any other services you want. That's the thing, guys. A lot of these tools are not native to our solution. A lot of them are. Home Search is, Home Vault is. But if you use, for example, a service like Home IQ or HomeBot, you can embed their home equity report here so they can get AVM in real time, so they can see how their rate stacks up against the market, whether there's a refinance opportunity. Okay. Here's some home services I plugged in. So I found the handyman in my area that I trusted, got them to opt in to be a part of this ecosystem, and now my clients are finding providers in my app. This is, again, what I call a transformative app experience, and it's not restricted to only the 3 stages you just looked at. Okay, you can build views for any kind of custom category or classification of borrower. So these 3 that I showed you is sort of like the timeline in a borrower experience or journey, but you could also create views based on the customer's niche. Maybe they're saving for a down payment. Maybe they're in credit repair. Maybe they're veterans, and you want to display custom content, calculators, podcasts, videos, information, blog posts, whatever you want. You can embed it into here very quickly so that your clients are getting information that's valuable to their journey.